The race session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterrey, USA. Martijn Mol from Netherlands is first. Daniel Handke from Germany is P2 on hards. Eric Boma from Germany is third. Dominic Singendonk from Netherlands is P4. Attila Ksanyi from Hungary is fifth. Rene Robertson from England is P6. Zsolt Ksanyi from Hungary is P7. John Astrup from New Zealand is 8th. Brian Patterson from Scotland is 9th. Dominic Faubourg from United Kingdom is P10. Marcus Singendonk from Netherlands is P11. Martijn Mol is P1. Remaining in the session. Race start. John Astrup is P8. Brian Patterson in Andretti hairpin is 9th. Brian Patterson passed John Astrup for 8th. Marcus Singendonk in turn 3 is 11th. Marcus Singendonk is now 8th. Dominic Singendonk is P2. Brian Patterson is P4. John Astrup in Rahal Straight is P5. Zsolt Ksanyi is P6. Dominic Faubourg in turn 10 is P7. Attila Ksanyi is 9, 0.3 behind Marcus Singendonk. Marcus Singendonk from Netherlands in Andretti hairpin is P9, 0.1 behind Attila Ksanyi. Marcus Singendonk lost P9 to Martijn Mol. Rene Robertson is third, 0.1 behind Dominic Singendonk. Rene Robertson passed Dominic Singendonk for P2. Dominic Singendonk is third, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. John Astrup in the corkscrew is 5th. Best lap is a 2:04.929. 2.346 off the fastest lap. Daniel Handke in Rene curve is 10th. Best lap is a 2:07.798. 5.215 off the fastest lap. John Astrup is 5th. Daniel Handke is 10th, 0.4 behind Martijn Mol. John Astrup on lap 3 is 5th, 0.4 ahead of Jules Ksany. Daniel Handke is 10th, 0.2 behind Martijn Mol. Jules Ksany in Rahal Straight is P6, 0.5 behind John Astrup. Daniel Handke in Rene curve is 10th, 0.2 behind Martijn Mol. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Jules Ksany is P6, 0.5 behind John Astrup. Martijn Mol in Andretti hairpin is 9th, 0.5 behind Attila Ksany. Daniel Handke is P10. Best lap is a 1:34.896. Point 962 off the fastest lap. Jules Ksany in turn 5 is P6, 0.5 behind John Astrup. Daniel Handke in Rahal Straight is P10, 0.3 behind Martijn Mol. John Astrup is P5, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Attila Ksany in turn 11 is 8th, 0.3 behind Dominic Favard. Daniel Handke is 10th, 0.4 behind Martijn Mol. Attila Ksany in turn 3 is 8th, 0.4 behind Dominic Favard. Rene Robertson in turn 5 is 2nd, 0.5 behind Eric Bowman. Martijn Mol in turn 6 is 9th, 0.4 behind Attila Ksany. Daniel Handke in the corkscrew is P10, 0.4 behind Martijn Mol. Rene Robertson in turn 11 is second, 0.5 behind Eric Bowman. John Astrup is P5, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Adelak Sanyi is 8th, 0.4 behind Dominic Favard. Daniel Handke in turn 4 is 10, 0.5 behind Martijn Mol. John Astrup in turn 6 is P5, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Adelak Sanyi in the corkscrew is P8, 0.5 behind Dominic Favard. Daniel Handke is P10, 0.5 behind Martijn Mol. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Rene Robertson is second. Best lap is a 1:34.015. POINT 081 off the fastest lap. Dominic Favard in Andretti hairpin is 8th, 0.1 behind Adelak Sanyi. Martijn Mol in turn 4 is P9, 0.3 behind Dominic Favard. Martijn Mol lost 9th to Daniel Handke. Rene Robertson in turn 6 is P2, 0.3 behind Eric Bowman. John Astrup in the corkscrew is 5th, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Sanyi is 6th, 0.4 behind John Astrup. Daniel Handke in turn 11 is 9th, 0.2 behind Dominic Favard. Rene Robertson from England is second, 0.3 behind Eric Bowman. John Astrup is P5, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Daniel Handke in turn 5 is P9. Best lap is a 1:34.416. POINT 482 off the fastest lap. Rene Robertson in the corkscrew is P2, 0.5 behind Eric Bowman. John Astrup in Rene curve is 5th, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Daniel Handke is P8, 0.2 behind Dominic Favard. John Astrup is P5, 0.2 ahead of Schultz Sanyi. Daniel Handke from Germany is 8, 0.2 behind Dominic Favard. Martijn Mol is P9, 0.3 behind Daniel Handke. John Astrup in turn 6 is 5th. Best lap is a 1:34.891. POINT 957 off the fastest lap. Dominic Favard in the corkscrew is 8, 0.3 behind Daniel Handke. John Astrup is P5, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Dominic Favard is P8, 0.3 ahead of Martijn Mol. Minutes remaining in the session. Martijn Mol and Andretti Hairpin is P9, 0.3 behind Dominic Favard. Schultz Sanyi in turn 4 is 6th, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Martijn Mol in turn 5 is P9, 0.4 behind Dominic Favard. Rene Robertson is P2. Daniel Handke in Rene curve is P7, 0.2 behind Schultz Sanyi. Rene Robertson is 2nd, 0.2 behind Eric Bowman. Schultz Sanyi is P6, 0.2 ahead of Daniel Handke. Daniel Handke in turn 3 is 7th, 0.2 behind Schultz Sanyi. Schultz Sanyi in turn 5 is 7th, 0.2 behind Daniel Handke. Rene Robertson in the corkscrew is P2, 0.4 behind Eric Bowman. Daniel Handke is P6, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Eric Bowman is P2, 0.1 behind Rene Robertson. Daniel Handke is P6, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Schulk Sanyi on lap 12 is P7, 0.5 behind Daniel Hanke. Daniel Hanke is P6, 0.1 ahead of Schulk Sanyi. Schulk Sanyi from Hungary is 7th, 0.2 behind Daniel Hanke. Daniel Hanke was 0.6 faster last lap. Martijn Mol in the corkscrew on lap 12 is 8th, 0.4 behind Schulk Sanyi. Daniel Hanke in turn 10 is P6, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Schulk Sanyi is P7, 0.2 behind Daniel Hanke. Martijn Mol in Andretti hairpin is P8, 0.2 behind Schulk Sanyi. Martijn Mol passed Schulk Sanyi for P7. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Martijn Mol lost P7 to Schulk Sanyi. Daniel Hanke in turn 4 is 6th, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Martijn Mol in turn 5 is 8th, 0.3 behind Schulk Sanyi. Martijn Mol was 0.9 faster last lap. Daniel Hanke in Rahal straight is 6th. Martijn Mol in Rene curve is 8th, 0.2 behind Schulk Sanyi. Martijn Mol passed Schulk Sanyi for 7th. Daniel Hanke from Germany is 6th, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Erik Boma in turn 4 is 2nd, 1.5 behind Rene Robertson. Attila Sanyi in turn 4 is 9th, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Attila Sanyi passed Brian Patterson for 8th. Brian Patterson in turn 6 is P9, 1.0 behind Attila Sanyi. Erik Boma is 2nd, 1.2 behind Rene Robertson. John Astrup in turn 3 on lap 15 is 4th, 1.2 behind Dominic Sinjendonk. Eric Boma in turn 6 on lap 15 is second, 1.0 behind Rene Robertson. Daniel Handke from Germany in Rahal Straight is P7, 0.7 behind Schulk Sanyi. John Astrup in turn 11 is P4, 0.5 behind Dominic Sinjendonk. Daniel Handke is P7, 0.7 behind Schulk Sanyi. John Astrup is 4th. Best lap is a 1:34.276. POINT 342 off the fastest lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Daniel Handke is P7, 0.5 behind Schulk Sanyi. John Astrup in the corkscrew is 4th, 0.5 behind Dominic Sinjendonk. John Astrup passed Dominic Sinjendonk for P3. Daniel Handke in the corkscrew is 7th, 0.1 behind Schulk Sanyi. Daniel Handke passed Schulk Sanyi for P6. Schulk Sanyi is P7. Daniel Handke is 6th battling Schulk Sanyi. Daniel Handke was 0.7 faster last lap. Schulk Sanyi is P7, 0.4 behind Daniel Handke. Brian Patterson is 9th. Best lap is a 1:34.624. POINT 690 off the fastest lap. Schulk Sanyi in Rahal Straight is P7, 0.2 behind Daniel Handke. Daniel Handke was 0.7 faster last lap. Brian Patterson in the corkscrew is P10, 0.1 behind Dominic Favard. Schulk Sanyi in Andretti hairpin is 7th. Best lap is a 1:34.932. POINT 998 off the fastest lap. Dominic Sinjendonk is P4, 2.2 behind John Astrup. Sanyi in Rahal Straight is 7th, 1.4 behind Daniel Handke. Brian Patterson is P10, 1.4 behind Dominic Favard. Dominic Favard was 9.9 faster last lap. Dominic Sinjendonk is P4, 1.8 behind John Astrup. Brian Patterson in turn 3 is P10, 1.0 behind Dominic Favard. Eric Boma is second, 2.1 behind Rene Robertson. Brian Patterson in the corkscrew is 10th, 0.5 behind Dominic Favard. Brian Patterson was 1.2 faster last lap. Eric Boma in turn 4 is P2, 2.0 behind Rene Robertson. Brian Patterson in Andretti hairpin is 10th, 0.5 behind Dominic Favard. Eric Boma in Rene curve on lap 20 is second, 2.1 behind Rene Robertson. The leader has just finished the race. Rene Robertson finished P1. Eric Boma finished second. John Astrup finished P3. Dominic Sinjendonk finished 4th. Martijn Mol finished P5. Daniel Handke finished P6. Chulk Sanyi finished 7th. Adalak Sanyi finished P8. Dominic Favard finished 9th. Brian Patterson finished 10th. Marcus Sinjendonk finished P11.